Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Movie Mates podcast. This is technically the start of season 2 of the Movie Mates. Even though I think Iron Man is going to be uploaded as the start of season 2, even though that was pre-recorded from season 2. You know how it be.
You mean one?
No,
we did Iron Man during season 1.
It was pre-recorded.
Pre-recorded to season 2.
Season 2.
Okay. Yeah, you know. Yeah. Anyway,
you put it in a really weird way.
Today, shut up, idiot. Today, I'm sorry, Jack. That was really rude. I apologize. Today, we're going to be reviewing the second movie of the MCU, possibly the greatest movie of the MCU.
My favorite part about season 2 is we're not introducing people anymore.
Me too.
Oh, and today I am joined by Tanner, Beautiful Man Co. I don't really know what to say anymore.
Yeah.
He
I
is a
think
beautiful
Jack's
man.
right. I think we should just end that, Josh.
All right, I'm joined by Tanner Co. I'm still gonna introduce you, idiot.
Okay,
You know,
why do you have to have this long pause? Just say my name, say Jack. Let's get on with it.
All right, I'm joined by Tanner fucking Co. and Jack fucking Black. Hello, welcome. All right, you little shits. Let's get
Who are
into
you?
this. Ryan Barnes is not joining us today. He's going through personal thing right now, aka his car's not working. And yeah, we found that out about 5 minutes ago. Jack, shut your fucking mouth. All right.
Wait, I don't know who you are though.
I'm Josh.
There you go.
I'm the host. I'm your host, joined by my other hosts, and this is the podcast. And today we're reviewing The Incredible Hulk, released in 2008. And I didn't even know this was released the same year as Iron Man. Didn't know that. Who would have thought?
This is a great 2-minute intro.
It made $264 million in the box office. Directed by Louis Leterrier. It looks like someone stuttered while
Did
writing
I
his last
fucking
name.
stutter?
Stutter. Made by, Marvel, and I think it's like Universal, and that's why it's on Disney Plus. Sadly. Not really sadly, it doesn't really need to be there. Yeah, this was a movie that was in the MCU, and definitely was not the greatest movie in the MCU.
Yeah. I loved this movie for one reason. I really love this movie for one particular reason, and that was when it ended. Yeah.
Tony Stark. I think.
Oh
Tony
no,
Stark
just
was,
when it cut the credits.
I think Tony Stark was the best in this movie, dude.
No. Stan Lee.
Oh yeah, Stanley. This is a pretty good Stanley cameo. Dude, I was thinking of this. I think we should start rating Stanley cameos too.
That's gonna be a real quick podcast.
No, just throughout the movie. Like at the end of the movie, we just put where this one should be. You know?
Oh, so each movie has its own rating and a Stan Lee rating?
And Stanley, yeah.
Okay.
Down for that?
Sure.
Oh,
All right, let me. Fuck off, damn it. All right. Yeah, boys. Anything to really say, like, about this movie?
I said my thing. I don't know about you, Jack.
Is there really anything to say about it? It's
All right, let's get into it. Jack, do you have anything to say or no?
no.
I didn't think so. All right, boys. We start off at some fucking flashbacks, and you just see the general, you see Liv, and you see him. General's mad at him. You kind of see like how he becomes a Hulk and Gamma and shit like that. Blah blah blah. We're moving through this movie fast. Not much to really talk about. I think he hurt Liv or something. I don't know. You started seeing a lot of shit that looks really, really bad. It looked really garbage. I'm not gonna lie. The beginning of this movie was so bad. Like the first person as Hulk, it looked like a video game. I hated it. But apparently, he, like beat up Liv Taylor. What's her name in the movie? Betty.
Yeah.
Betty?
Sure.
Yeah.
I didn't even know
Betty.
what her name was
It's
because that's
Betty.
how little I paid attention.
Yeah, it's Betty. Tanner, god damn it. This is Tanner. Wait, hold on. I'll ask you at the end. Yeah, Betty. Blah 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 blah. Cut in the future.
You can ask me now,
Brazil.
Josh. No, you're probably gonna forget.
I already forgot.
I was about to say you already forgot.
He lives in Brazil. I actually kind of like Brazil here. It's actually a good representation. It's kind of like, You get all the houses stacked on top of each other. Moving
Valhallas. Or
Valhallas.
favelas. I'm sorry, favelas.
Favelas, yeah, that's what it is. It's pretty cool. I like that. You get a montage of him learning how to breathe right because he's gonna become the Hulk. And then we got him like fighting. He's working in a factory. He starts fighting this bald dude. He gets like a bunch of dude. There's so much shit just like happens here that's thrown at you, and it's really stupid, and I hate it. Anyway, he's working. There's a really cute girl that works there, like, and stuff like that. And he cuts his like hand trying to fix like an electric box. And blood, miraculously, motherfucking skips everything and falls right into a drink. And he somehow doesn't notice his blood in the cup that was right next to the blood he picked up. Who knows? This movie's so stupid. He doesn't notice that, and the only point of this is so that the government can find out where he is, and we get our first Stan Lee cameo. Yay! Except for Iron Man, which he was Hugh Hefner. Was he Hefner? Or was he? Okay, yeah, he was Hefner in that. Yeah, we get Stan Lee, and he drinks a soda. And it had a lot of gamma in it. It did not end well for Stan Lee there. Moving on. So the government knows where
died.
He did die. It was just bad. I don't like the Stan Lee cameo. Made me sad. It was like, oh, miss Stan Lee. Anyway, we have fucking Bruce. He's talking to some motherfucker on the computer. I don't know what it is. Definitely not Discord. But he's talking to Mr. Blue, and he's called Mr. Green, and they're trying to figure out a cure for the Hulk.
Is this Reservoir Dogs?
I mean, dude, Tim Roth's in here.
Huh?
So, I mean, sure, yeah, I guess it's Reservoir Dogs.
Mr. Orange.
Mr. Orange, yeah. That's because he's a little narc.
You know why I remembered his name? Because it was a good movie.
That was a good movie. He was a lot better in that movie.
Yeah.
And he's a lot better in Pulp Fiction, too. Poor Tim Roth. I like Tim Roth, too, which is sad. But they shoot the fucking dog.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, I think they tranquilize it.
Still, bro, that's fucked up. Also, again, that girl who works, God, she's very pretty. Don't know how she's working at a factory like that. Moving on, he starts like he gets like found by the fucking the U.S. government. He starts running away. Then he meets that guy at the work he didn't like. They start fighting in the street. Blah blah blah. He keeps running. Motherfucker is hiding back in their soda facility, and he gets jumped by the Brazilian people that don't like him. He starts fighting. Oh, we missed the comedy earlier when they wouldn't like it when he's hungry.
Oh yeah, when he can't speak Portuguese properly.
Yeah, you wouldn't like it when I'm hungry. And we get the first ever Hulk transformation when they're fighting. And I actually kind of like this when he kind of like the guy goes to kick him and he just grabs his fucking leg and just pulls him, then he fucking murders him. By the way, Hulk's supposed to be a good guy. He just murders people. He murders so many people in this movie. I'm like, what the fuck? Just like watching it. I don't know. Like, I really like this Hulk scene. Like super dim lit, and there's like a bunch of smoke, and you kind of just see a shadow for like the whole entire thing until the end, and it's pretty cool. I like the first time we see Hulk here. It looks a lot better than when we see him in broad daylight as well.
Yeah,
that CGI was not great. Anyway, motherfucker, they don't get Hulk. Hulk escapes, and Tim Roth's like, he brought backup. It's like, oh, that was him. I'm General, and I'm actually in Avengers.
What's that general's name?
Ross. Ross, right?
What's his first name?
Oh shit, I don't know. I know it's General Ross because he's in Captain America. He's in a better Marvel movie.
Hmm.
He's in a better Marvel movie after this. Yeah, you can Google it. Bruce Banner escapes and he wakes up and he has his shorts and no shirt on, and he wakes up in the middle of the fucking jungle. Like, yep, that's pretty much it. By the way, Edward Norton, he's in pretty good shape in this movie. Good for him. He's in really good shape in this movie. I swear, MCU is just...
Is that Littlefinger? I'm sorry.
Who?
Edward Norton? No.
Edward Norton? Hell no. What the?
He looks like Littlefinger. Come on.
Edward Norton was come on, you know Edward Norton, bro.
He looks a little like Littlefinger. You cannot.
I could see where Tana gets that.
Know, dude.
A little bit.
Have you ever watched when he's like the white supremacist? That movie?
Nope.
He's like fully bald. Oh, fuck, what's that? It's a really good American History X. Really good movie.
Wow.
He curve stomped someone. It's really fucked up.
Oh, Josh, the general's name is Thunderbolt Ross. That's the general's name. General Thunderbolt Ross. Okay.
Yeah, his parents were like, this guy's gonna grow up to be a badass.
Sometimes
anyway,
comic book names just don't need to be.
Ross and I don't remember fucking Tim Roth's character's name. They start talking about his age. He's like 39, but he's just like addicted to fighting. And he's trying to build up him as a bad guy, and it really just doesn't work throughout the movie. There really is no bad guy in this movie, and at the end, it's just, I'll get into that. Fucking blah blah shit happens. They start talking about what happened to Bruce Banner and like how everything went wrong and how that's him and shit like. Skip forward. Bruce Banner somehow makes it back into the United States. I really forget how. He just told a driver that he was going home.
Yeah,
Because that's all you got to do, and they know. Anyway, he starts stalking Betty, and we get introduced to Betty's boyfriend, who becomes absolutely irrelevant in this entire movie. The most useless character in any MCU movie that's ever been. like you can't deny that. This dude is so it's modern. His Modern Family dad. I always forget his name, but it's Modern Family dad. Which again, he was not good in this movie. I think there's one person in this movie that was like a great actor. Edward Norton wasn't horrible, but he wasn't great. Tim Roth wasn't.
I just didn't feel anyone.
No, everyone just seemed so like Liv Taylor was pretty trash. Like everyone was so bad in this movie, man.
Yeah, I don't know. There's like
maybe Ross
cast. They could have gotten maybe.
Dude, these are great actors though. Like.
I guess it's just the writing.
It is the writing. Edward Norton, Tim Roth, fucking. It's Tim Roth, right? Are you crazy?
Yeah, the army guy.
Yeah,
is Tim Roth. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Tim Roth. Okay, I'm not crazy. I'm not stupid. Yeah, Liv Tyler. Is it Liv Tyler? Yes, Liv Tyler. Oh, Lou Ferrigno's in this motherfucker too. I love that. You also had Tim Blake. I like Tim Blake, by the way. Tim Blake was the guy who played Mr. Blue. We'll see him later. He's actually a really fucking good actor too, but the writing's really bad. He was in Watchmen on HBO. Really amazing show, but he's fucking great in that show. Great actor. We actually get to see Lou Ferrigno here after he starts stalking Betty, and I was like, hey, it's the original Hulk. That's cool. Dude's fucking buff as hell. Bruce is pretty much just trying to find out all of his files about the Hulk and stuff like that. It turns out he can't find any of it. Oh no, it's been stolen. We cut back to the diner where fucking Albert Einstein is living with Bruce Banner. I never learned this guy's name either, but he looks like Albert Einstein. And Bruce sees Liv sees him, and he starts going away. She's like, is that who I think I saw? Tell me, or something like that. And he doesn't say shit. So anyway, the boyfriend is still there, being irrelevant. Doesn't matter. She goes to the back alley, misses him. She goes up to the bald guy. Albert Einstein tells him that, and we're like, oh no, they're not going to see each other like for a while. But the next scene, she literally just drives down the road and finds him.
Yeah.
I hate this movie. They go back to her house, and she has all the data that he needs. That's wow. That's pretty crazy. What's the word? That's convenient, right?
Yeah.
Cliche.
Really fucking convenient. Really cliche and convenient. Blah blah blah. He has the data. They're gonna fall in love again, and the boyfriend's not gonna care. We have fucking General Ross. He finds like this shit that was used on Bruce, and he's gonna use it on the army guy, Tim Roth. And they're gonna make him kind of a super soldier shit.
I thought it was the same blood. It's the same. It's his blood, right?
Oh, is it his blood?
Well, yeah,
He
right.
paid more attention than me. Maybe.
Well, I don't know. Honestly, Josh, you know what I did? I just did an Incredible Hulk analysis video, which was like 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's really all you need, man. I watched the whole thing. I was still like entertained because I was like, damn, I can't believe they came from this
Yeah.
to what they are now. So I'm pretty excited to get into the later movies. Actually, I'm pretty excited to get to some earlier movies too, because there's some good ones. fucking motherfucker gets injected with his semen or blood, whatever he gave him, all the way into his back, bro. All into his back. And General Ross watches as he just kidding, he wasn't jerking off, but it looks like he's about to jerk off. Like, fuck. Living Edward Norton or at a school for some reason. Never knew why they were really here. They kind of just cut here. And motherfucker, the military comes out of nowhere and goddamn super soldiers sprinting right at him. I was like, dude, that's badass. Just kidding. It really wasn't because it doesn't make sense. Like this whole entire movie. General Ross hops out of his tank. We found out Betty's General Ross's daughter, which is the most obvious thing in the movie, and it really wasn't a plot twist at all. And then we get to see the Hulk become the Hulk again, which is actually kind of, again, I kind of like these scenes. I like him becoming the Hulk. I think this actually looks really cool. But after he becomes a Hulk, it doesn't look that cool. But this one, he's in the white smoke, and you see his fucking shadow, and he looks a lot bigger than what he is, actually. I swear his body changes the whole entire movie. Oh, that doesn't matter. We get CGI fight scene of him fighting the military, which I thought was a pretty cool fight scene, but... It's just...
Oh, I did not.
Well,
maybe like the choreo. I don't know. I guess I don't know. I don't like that setting. The setting was
no, I don't like that setting.
Yeah,
no,
it was
the
a
setting
really
was so bad.
like just it being in a park in the middle of somewhere. It was just like
it felt like low budget, like non-effort, no effort.
Yeah, it's like they didn't try for it at all.
Yeah, no, I didn't like the setting either. It was too light. It was too I don't like it.
And you know what? I don't know. I guess Marvel just doesn't do this now, and that's why I haven't seen it before. But with this movie, you know how like when the bad guys keep shooting the Hulk and it's not doing anything, they just seem like they just keep doing it. You know?
Yeah,
how
they
like when you
out,
realize that something is not working, maybe you should do your strategy. Like they don't change their strategy; they just keep shooting at him.
Yeah, that's true. They don't.
It just makes it boring. You know?
That's true. A lot of the fight scenes in here were boring. I think that was a problem. Like, the other Marvel movies, they keep them interesting in fight scenes.
Switch up.
I think, especially the later ones. But this one is just boring to watch. I didn't really care.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the only fun one to watch is the one at the end with him against Abomination.
I don't even think that was fun because it was just.
No,
so
I'm not saying it's fun. I'm saying it's just better than any of the any of these ones.
That's fair. Anyway, fucking they get these like they start screaming at him using machines. I forgot what those are called, but they pretty much just start like screaming at him, and the Hulk kind of fights through it, and he beats him, and then the soldier guy was like, yeah, you're not that tough. You're just fucking 2-3 feet bigger than me, and fucking can lift fucking trucks with your one hand and your fucking pinky and your cock. And he walks up to him, and the Hulk just like kicks him, and goddamn, that looked like that hurt.
That is Hulk humor, though. Like that's a lot of throughout like the whole MCU.
Yeah, but
it's like this.
The Hulk sucked in this movie compared to like Ragnarok or like you compare this to Ragnarok, it sucks. Anyway, I think we get one of the last scenes of Betty's boyfriend, and it's him screaming Betty in the middle of the park. I don't know how he knew she was here, but apparently he did. I don't know where he shows up from. He just fucking shows up. He starts screaming her name.
He's
and he starts
really weird.
Yeah, he's so weird. Anyway, they start fucking the general tries killing his own daughter. By the way, the fucking military are so unrealistic.
Yeah.
Like, they just shoot at, like, no matter what, bro. They just start shooting. There's a civilian. They're like, oh, anyway, I started blasting. Like, motherfuckers did not kill my shit.
It honestly feels like an unrealistic comic book. Like,
yeah,
they just...
way too, like, these are superhero movies, but this one seemed way too stupid. Oh, man, it was bothering me. We have the military showing up at Betty's house, and the boyfriend's looking all sad and gloomy, even though she's not dead. And he's like, no wonder she never talked about you. It's like, no wonder she's cheating on you. I wish you would have said that. That would have been funny. Dude, like, honestly, like, fucking, this guy is such a, he's such a cuck. I hate this guy so much. Anyway, fucking, we get the Hulk and her, and they're in the mountains. They tell us where they are. I forgot what they said though. They're in some mountains, and the Hulk starts screaming at lightning.
Smacks his head a whole bunch.
It's so stupid. Because he's trying to stay mad. Because that's the Hulk. I understand that. The blah de blah. They start sitting and they're chilling. We cut back and we go to an infirmary where we see Soldier Tim Roth, and he's really fucked up, man. Like super fucked up, more fucked up than usual. Can't move any bones in his body or nothing. Blah blah blah. Skip. Bruce wake up and they leave and they start going to do something. I forgot what it was. They're going to fucking New York because they're going to meet Professor Blue. That's what it is. Anyway, we get a kind of funny scene where she buys some really big purple shorts because the comic book. He's like, I'm not wearing those. It's kind of like the Wolverine scene in X-Men, where it's like when they mentioned yellow spandex. It's just, yeah, I don't know. It was an attempt. Blah de blah blah blah. Edward and Liv, that you see them falling in love, and they start having sex. And this is they start almost having sex. This is my favorite fucking scene in the movie because he almost went full Hulk while he's fucking. His heart started going out of control, and he said, "I can't do this." I was just thinking, like, what if he just went full Hulk? They just
that would
fuck.
She's fucking dead. Like,
what if he was like inside of her?
Yeah, what if he's like inside of her and then goes Hulk?
It just blows her up.
I think she's dead.
Oh my god, this shit was so funny to me, man. I'm like, I wish I would have saw an alternate scene where he just becomes the Hulk. And she just fucking dies. That shit would have been funny. Oh, fuck. Alright. That was my favorite scene in the movie. Anyway, we cut back. We see fucking Army Soldier Tim Roth. His bones aren't broken anymore. You know, somehow, because, you know, he's a super soldier, I think. Who knows? Again, horrible bad guy. This is probably the worst bad guy in the MCU. Because it's so underdeveloped and stupid. I hate it. The U.S. military somehow knows about Mr. Blue, Mr. Green, and they're like, haha, we know exactly where he is. He's at this place. He's a professor. Blah, blah, blah. They arrive at New York, and they can't take a subway because they want to put Bruce in a container at the angriest place in the United States. Right? Something like that. So they take a taxi, and this scene was kind of funny, I think. Was it funny, Jack? Where, like, the taxi driver, and he's just being a complete asshole on the road?
Yeah, and it's just fucking... And then they get out of the taxi, and she starts screaming at him.
I like that scene.
And then he goes, like... I know I could help you with that.
Yeah, it was like the most acting in the movie. They're screaming at him I thought it was pretty funny. I was like, all right, it was pretty funny. And then after that, she becomes a horrible character again. We get introduced to Mr. Blue. Mr. Blue's fucking a scientist, and he's obsessed with Mr. Green, aka Bruce Banner. The military starts rolling up, and they're about to pull up on this motherfucker and their operation. And pretty much what they're Mr. Blue and Mr. Green trying to do is induce a episode, make him the Hulk, so they can find out what's happening, then give him an antidote. An antidote, which just means that, like, you know, just like calm down the Hulk. And he does, and it calms him down, and Bruce becomes Bruce again. They start talking about what happens, and we figure out that Mr. Blue has like fucking made gallons and gallons of Bruce Banner's blood. Kind of fucked up, kind of weird. No lie, kind of weird. He's like, we have to destroy it, blah blah blah. But he doesn't know he's about to get sniped, and then bang, he gets sniped. He gets taken out, and he gets put into a helicopter. But Army Soldier Tim Roth ain't looking too good. He's looking a little sus. Like he's being a little, you know what I'm saying? He's being a little sus. He knocks out the woman, and he calls her a bitch. Calls her an annoying bitch. I'm like, wow, you're mean, Army Soldier Tim Roth. That's not very nice. And he forces Mr. Blue to put Bruce Banner's blood in him. And you get the name. He's like, I don't know what they already have in you. That can make you an abomination. We're like, ha ha, because that's what he is. He's the abomination.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck this movie.
Do you know what would have been a better abomination? The fucking Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters.
That would been great. I would have loved to see that. Fucking the doctor gets like knocked out by the abomination. His head starts becoming mush, and it's really gross. And I didn't I didn't understand how his head was able to do this. Like, it was gross, and I don't know. He gets like this evil smile on his face, and I'm not even gonna describe what happens here, boys. But we get the. Actually, I'll describe leading up to it. Abomination just doesn't give a fuck. Who knows why? He has no motivation of why he's being a dick. Absolutely no motivation throughout this whole entire movie.
That's why he's such a shit villain.
And here we are. We end up with the Abomination versus the Hulk. CGI versus CGI. Fucking Bruce Banner's like, aha, send me down there. It can only be me. And he pretty much just like fucking meteorites into the concrete. And pretty much he dies. It's kind of like in Thor Ragnarok where he dies and then he becomes the Hulk and he's alive again. Pretty much it's the same thing. Except in Thor Ragnarok, it was really funny. And then we begin the fucking biggest CGI fight in history of MCU. Maybe not. That's not true, but it looks like shit. The shittiest looking fight in the MCU.
Which is funny because this is the best fight scene in this movie.
Yeah, it's just... Yeah, I don't know, man. I was so not entertained by it just because I just didn't care.
Especially if we just watched the first Iron Man, and it came out
that
like
one
the
looked
same
good
time.
too. It was a good looking movie compared to this one.
And it's a pretty similar fight scene. If you think about it, it's like
it's like
it's basically just two people beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah, except mechanical, they're monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah, compared to the Iron. Yeah, I don't know. I was not as interested in this fight scene, and I don't know, man. It was just not doing it for me. By the way, you never know if Abomination dies. He kind of just like chokes him out at the end.
Yeah.
With chains. And he doesn't. I don't know if he dies. I don't think he dies. You never know what happened to him.
Oh, you talking about after the only scene the military doesn't fucking shoot at the Hulk?
Yeah, don't they start shooting him after?
Yeah.
Oh no, they start.
No,
yeah,
they start shooting him
like
after.
That worked before.
Like isn't he like he like chokes out the Abomination, and as soon as he does it, they just start fucking shooting at him, or something like that.
Yeah, it's something weird, bro. Anyway, yeah, and pretty much we get the first the cool scene of the movie. We get Tony Stark, dude. It's like that's pretty sick. You know, it's the first ever after credit scene, and even though it's
before the credits.
Scene. It was an after credit before the credit scene. No,
yeah.
We know what it was. We knew what it was. It was pretty sick. I liked it. It was really cool. He's like, we're building a team. I'm like, yeah, bitch, yeah, you are. Building a fucking team, dude. You know what team that is?
It's sad that Robert Downey Jr. is the best actor in this movie. And he's in it for like 5 minutes.
Well, yeah.
Or not 5 minutes, like 5 seconds. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it was Yeah, boys, and that's the Hulk.
Oh, good job, Josh. 32 minutes. Thank God.
32 minutes?
Oh, minus 6 minutes between us.
I did it pretty good, bro. I went through it. Not much to talk about there. Yeah, guys, that was the movie. The best scene was the Hulk not becoming the Hulk during sex, sadly. I wish, bro. That'd been so funny. Yeah, guys. Who wants to do their final review of the movie?
What, Jack? You go.
All right. God, where do I even start? This movie's just such like a letdown after, because the Iron Man movie came out the beginning of the year, and then this came out after, right?
Yeah. Well, no, I think they both came out during the summer.
Okay, well, they came out at like the same time.
I got you. Iron Man came out May 2nd. This came out June 13th.
So this came out after. Okay.
A month after. Well, yeah, after, but a month. Just
so
month after.
It was filmed about the same time. Well, actually, how this movie is, it could have been filmed after the Iron Man and put out after, but you know.
Still look better than Twister.
It's debatable. Some parts are a little debatable. But just like none of the fight scenes are like fun to watch, really. Like even the last one, it's like okay, cool. It's like two guys going against each other. And like if you watch this and then go on to watch more of them, and then you watch the Hulk versus what is it, the Hulkbuster suit, that's so much more entertaining to watch, and there's so much more comedy in any of the other MCU movies. It's just like this one's so boring compared to any other one, and like all this movie really did was make me excited for Thor Ragnarok, to be completely honest. Just because of the comedy and stuff in Thor Ragnarok, and just like
How the Hulk's just
the
better.
Hulk's just so much better.
I mean, it's better in every other movie than that. Be fair.
It's because it's Mark
Even
Ruffalo in like every other movie.
Even though Edward Norton's fucking dope, though. That's the thing. I
Yeah.
love Edward Norton, but it's just like the writing was not good in this movie compared to what they give Mark Ruffalo and shit. But yeah, I
Yeah.
love Mark Ruffalo, so I'm not gonna hate.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like for the time that it came out, it's pretty obvious that they put way more effort into Iron Man than they did this. I feel like it could maybe have been a better movie if it either came out before or after, like by like a year. But yeah, that's my final thoughts.
Okay.
I think my rating's probably gonna be like a 6. Cause like it's still all right, but it's still not like any of the decent movies we watched last season.
All right, Tanner.
Well, I'm gonna switch my scale up a bit. I don't think I'm gonna do like a superhero movie type rating scale between
Yeah,
an
that's
A
what
and
I
F.
was. That's what I was.
So I'm not gonna compare these movies to movies that we've seen that were just straight off on the picks of our head. I had never seen this movie before, and now I know why. Even back when I was probably 9 years old when it came out, my
You've never
instincts
seen
were
this?
right. No. I mean, I guess I could see glimpses of it, like maybe if it was on TV or something, I clicked it, but nothing. Like I guess I don't know. My instincts just told me not to watch this movie because I thought I wasn't gonna like it, and I'm still not liking it. I fell asleep twice. I don't know why. I don't know. I guess I just don't have stamina to watch it, and it was boring the hell out of me all the time. I, I didn't get no. There's no character development. It just threw money at people and say, "Hey, act in this," and here you go. Jack pretty much said it. Yeah, the horrible cliches of how it just felt like like a subpar comic book being orientated into a movie. That's how I felt. And then, like you said, Josh, the fucking military made no sense. Like, yes, it's a superhero movie. It's not supposed to be super realistic, but at least have some like strategy, not just show up, start shooting stuff, or yeah, it's not enjoyable, and I definitely won't be watching this movie again. And with that being said, on a superhero scale, movie scale, oh yeah, it's subpar. It's like 4.5.
Sheesh. Oh, Lolo. All right.
Mad. Okay,
4.5.
I think that's good though. I think it's good. Maybe we'll see what Ryan wants to do, but I think it's good to have different, like some people rate it as a superhero movie and some people rate it as a movie overall.
Oh, I'm only rating it as an MCU. I'm not rating
Yeah,
it compared
that's
to
fair.
all movies. I'm just rating it within the MCU.
Yeah.
So, I'll tell Rance at the end. So I'm pretty much how I feel about this movie is I didn't care about the characters enough at all. Like the final fight was shit because I just didn't care. It's just not like because superhero movies people usually don't die, in exception to some, but like I just couldn't care about this movie, man. There's not the CGI isn't good. Again, it's 2008, but you look at Iron Man, and you're like, this movie actually looks pretty good and can hold up. The movie still holds up today, 12 years later. Where this movie just doesn't really cut it for me. The writing, I don't think, is the best that they've done. They've definitely picked, of course, they've picked up since then. And it's kind of weird because this came out after Iron Man, even though it could have been filmed before, it could have been filmed during the same time. But the writing just was a lot worse in this movie. Where in Iron Man, it was funny, it was quippy, it was still like It felt more like an MCU movie compared to this movie. It just felt like such an outcast compared to the rest. Given, I think this is because it was under this Iron Man was only owned by Marvel, and this is also owned by Universal or something like that. And that could be the difference. And when like you watch this movie compared to the rest, this movie is just such an outlier and outcast. So, with all that being said, there's no real light spots from this. Only cool thing you get Tony Stark at the end saying I'm forming a team, and you also have like him mention Shield during that as well, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna give it a 5.5. I just really don't think it's just not a great movie. I was entertained. I don't think it's a bad movie. It's not a good movie. It's just like it's an average. It's like a 5.5. Yeah, I don't know. Nothing special at all.
Yeah.
And Ryan Barnes gave it a 6.
Ryan Barnes gave it a 6.
Yep.
All right, Josh, it is a 5.5.
What I give it?
Sounds right. Yeah. That's
so. I have a question. Are we're only doing Tom Holland's Spider-Mans?
Yeah. No,
MCU. Yeah.
MCU.
Okay.
I don't see no motherfucking Tobey Maguire.
Which don't get no
emo
pizza
in it
time.
up.
Maybe
No
we could
pizza
do
time.
that. We could do that in between seasons.
Or whatever. We'll figure out something.
What's next?
All right, Stanley, boys. Is this better or worse than Iron Man?
Worse.
Better.
You think this is a better cameo?
Oh yeah.
I don't think it is.
I don't think it is either.
I think this is such a boring cameo.
Yeah, I like him as he's Hugh Hefner, bro.
Yeah, Hugh Hefner's so much more interesting than an old
Playboy
guy
legend.
drinking a soda.
Yeah. And Ryan's not here to vote, so Iron Man stays on top.
Wow.
I'm about to text them and wait for him to respond.
Yeah.
All right. Next week we're going to be reviewing. Not next week, but next time we're going to be reviewing Iron Man 2.
Okay.
That's
Nice.
next.
Fucking.
Which-
What's his name?
I need my bird. Where is my bird?
No. Where is What's his name? What's the guy's name? What's the actor's name? Oh my god. That was
guy
the
who
actor's
plays
name.
bird
Bad
guy?
guy's name. Yeah.
Oh fuck, I don't know.
Ricky. No. Mike. Mickey Rourke.
Oh, Mickey Rourke. Yeah.
Mickey Rourke. Oh, Mickey Rourke. Jeez. What has he been up to?
I don't know. Stuff. Who knows?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So Iron Man 2. After that, we have, I think, Captain America, the First Avenger, or Thor. Oh no, Thor. It goes Thor. Then we got Captain America, the First Avenger, and then we have the Avengers, which I'm kind of
Mhm.
excited to watch again. I haven't seen it in a while.
Yeah, same.
Which I think it'll probably still be pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys. That's gonna do it. Probably one of our shortest podcasts because this movie was not great. Just gotta get through
I
it.
think
Yeah,
this might be shorter than our movie moments podcast.
Yeah, I think so. This yeah. Let's
Damn.
keep it that way. All right, boys. I want to thank everyone so much for listening, and have a great day. Peace.
See you.